Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Tuesday, June 6th, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's also a timeless reading. I'm using a different deck every day, and the decks that I'm using are the inclusive type decks where we have a number of representations for visually anyway for all of you out there, and in honor of Pride Month and Juneteenth. So the Wandering Star Tarot is one of those great ones. It's also a great starter deck because it has nice little keywords on it. All right, so we'll give it a good shuffle. By the way, I colored the edges myself so it doesn't come like this. I used sort of this kind of green metallic pen, but it got all over the place, so just warning. Especially on decks that are matte decks, I don't recommend that. Like if it's a glossy deck and it's easy to wipe off, but matte decks, a little harder. But it does look kind of pretty. Okay, we're going to take from the middle, and we have, nice, Two of Wands, looking forward to something, Seven of Swords, okay, interesting, and Page of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with somebody who's a little bit secretive or trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but I think you're definitely going to see right through it. Your practical sensibilities can zoom right in and know the difference between you know what, this could be a commercial, something that you see on TV. Let's zoom on in and see what else we get. As I was saying, this is a very nice starter deck because it has words on it. So Two of Wands is saying plans, partnership, and influence. So it's very exciting energy, like thinking of what you're going to do next, what kind of plans you're going to make, and it can refer to plans that you have with somebody, connecting with them. The Seven of Swords is theft, dishonesty, and it sometimes represents this desire to take more than you should take up. Maybe it's taking on more than you can chew, kind of thing. And this theft or dishonesty can be very minor, especially when we're dealing with daily mundane energies. It could be just something that you know, just a little thing that you do or a little thing somebody else does, and you know it's not entirely right or fair, 100% on the up and up. Something could be as simple as you know, in the days when we could record movies, and I guess we could still do that now, I don't know, but my dad was really big into that. We had a lot of VHS tapes, and something funny because I was looking into converting tapes, but he would just, you know, record movies, and there is like an FDA warning, you know, not allowed to record. That used to be up there on the screen when it came to movies. It's something simple like that, or little like that, where it's not entirely on the up and up, but it's something that people do, and we just try to get it. It could be a copyright infringement, something small that you don't think is kind of harmless. Maybe it's not going to affect you. Maybe somebody's done a copyright infringement on you, you know. And by the way, here's a good opportunity for me to show you this is my Romantic Fairy Oracle deck. I have two versions of it on makeplayingcards.com. The big size, which is the first one I made, and it has like about maybe 40 images, but the expanded version, even though it's littler, has 50 something images. This one has the basic messages, but they're longer. Like some of the wording is a little bit longer and goes into more explanation than the little mini deck that I made. And both of them have the gold edge. Neither of them have a book. Has my name all over it and on the back. And the small one, one of the main things that I added to the small deck is the love language cards. Interesting that the skies came out. Sometimes that's what the Seven of Swords represents, sort of a disguise. Somebody keeping their feelings or their thoughts to themselves, not entirely being honest. I got burning desire too. Anyway, so I just looked up and found out that my romantic fairy is now at Walmart. Like, there's somebody who duplicated it, or more than one group who's duplicated that deck and been selling it in different sites. Now, part of me is sort of flattered. Another part of me is like, hey, I would love to get some compensation for that. I came up with the idea and I created the deck, and that little fairy that's flying around all the cards is my fairy that I designed. But there's also, it's also nothing that I didn't copyright it. I didn't put the stamp on it. I didn't run it through the right channels. I just sell it on makeplayingcards.com. And so, and that in itself seems like it doesn't have any particular protection, but it seems like, if you wanted that deck, you would just buy it through them, and then you could distribute it that way. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know that if you buy it from anybody else besides makeplayingcards.com, you're not funding me, you're funding some stranger. So just so you know, and let your friends know, or anybody who likes that deck. So back to the reading. So Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh, I just looked at this ring. Interesting. What is that ring about? Oh, you know what? You know what this can be sometimes? And the Page of Pentacles, I often see the Page of Pentacles as somebody giving you a ring. So it's a message with a material object. So speaking words with a material object a lot of times is proposals, right? This is the words they have on here is talent, skill, money. Talent, skill, and money. Very nice. So you're creating something, and it's really exciting. But I think it is very possible that little white lies could be because of somebody making a surprise for you. So that's the funny part of dishonesty. It's sometimes covering up something that's actually good. I tend to believe in being dishonest is not always the healthy way to go. And maybe some people even believe withholding information is being dishonest. I'm kind of more of the withholding information when I feel like I need to withhold, right? And some people see that as dishonest. But if we didn't do that when we made like something sweet, like a surprise party, then it would spoil the surprise, right? So think about it like that sometimes. Do your best to deal with this energy, but because this little guy's got a ring here, it kind of makes me feel like somebody could be shopping for a ring for you and is not telling you, and they're keeping it to themselves, and you're wondering what their peculiar behavior is, and maybe it's because they're going to pop the question. That's a weird, I know that's a weird way to interpret this, but I feel this energy, in Bridesmaids, there's a scene like that where the bride-to-be, she doesn't know she's about to get engaged to, but she's talking to her friend about how her boyfriend seems so distant and he's not talking to her as much, and it's because he's trying to keep this secret. Like he's afraid if he talks to her too much that he'll accidentally spill the beans that he went shopping for a ring. So there's a part of him that grows a little distance while he's working on this surprise for her. So things like that happen a lot. There could be a particular day where somebody pulls away from you. Maybe they have something special they want to do, something having to do with the future and the plans and partnership, and there's a present right there, a ring or a physical object or some money or something that you're working on together, or some future goal that has a financial win to it. So yeah, and in business world, This could be a person. Now, so be aware, there could be dishonest people out there, like a business person coming through who you may not want to trust with your money, and then you just, you decide for yourself. You use your intuition on this situation. And the third, to me, which is very mundane, but it happens so much because this is daily dust. We can deal with just our daily ins and outs, like getting up, having coffee, breakfast, watching TV, making phone calls, whatever. Our daily lives do come out. And in this case, it could be what I see sometimes, or a lot of times. Sometimes it's on TV, sometimes it's on like Instagram and other places where you see a commercial that's like clickbait. It really sucks you in. You think, oh, this is what I really need right now. How did they know? Because they've done their research, right? And so you're tempted to buy something. I would recommend maybe on this particular day. Some days maybe impulse buys are okay, but today not. Save that coin. Don't go impulse buy, even if it looks like it's gonna make the future promising. Maybe not go with the impulse buy, because it might be too good to be true, is what seems like to me. Otherwise, though, it can be this exciting thing. There's some kind of secret surprise thing happening in the background that's making maybe somebody that you're connected with kind of withdraw a little bit, or kind of quiet, and a little bit quieter today than usual. It's maybe because they have some plans that have to do with how they're going to spend their money or giving you a gift. Okay? I think that's exciting, and I hope you like that. And sorry for my little rant about my deck, but just wanted to let you know in case you want to know. And I'll see you next time. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.